Hey YouTube people, it's been a while since I've made a video, so you can see I've got a little configuration, different configuration for the solar panels. We're on the side of my house now, and I've got them set up to where these top three panels are on their own, and they're 295 watt solar panels each. And then these bottom ones here are the three strip solar panels that I've had in a couple other videos. Along with this other 200 watt panel that I have down at the end. And those, the three strip panels and that one down at the end, are on their own charge controller. So I've got two charge controllers running off this the set right here, and the top set comes in here, and then we've got a disconnect box right here that I can disconnect if we need to. And then the bottom three strip panels and the other panel at the very end are coming out down into here. So both of these panels go down here. There's a combiner box down here somewhere, and that runs underneath the back of the deck next to the house, and we'll go on the other side and I'll show you where they come in. On a quick side note, some of the older panels that I had, I actually put up on the shed here. So those actually are powering my entire shed. I don't have any power run out here, so but I do have those panels all coming down into a combiner box there. And I was running the batteries earlier, so they're a little bit low right now. But we've got about 26 watts coming in, charging at about 2 amps. And then it's got an inverter here, so and there's the batteries that it's charging, just 4 deep cell batteries. Not the best for solar, but they'll certainly work. And then that comes down. I've got it hooked up to a light, so I have. Let's turn on the inverter here, and I've got a light that lights everything up in here pretty well. So on a side note, that's another small project that I had, and I was able to keep power out my shed, which is kind of nice. And we'll walk back around here and I'll show you where those two big sets of panels come in. So the panels are up there. They come down underneath the deck along the house, and they go into the house right there. There's solar circuit. So I will I'll cut the video here and we'll run down and I'll show you the different charge controllers that I have, and kind of show you how I'm all set up. So we'll be right back. All right, we're down the basement here, and I was going to show my couple charge controllers here. So the actual panels come across the ceiling here, and the small panels, or the strip panels, actually come into this breaker here. Then they come down into the charge controller, go through the charging parameters, and then they go back out to the wall there. The big the three big panels that we have out back come in, and they go through this breaker here, down. They go into the charge controller, they come back out through the outgoing breaker, and then they go out to the garage. So the out back right here is got the three main panels on it, and the Renogy there, Commander, has got the strip panels and the panel on the left there. So this is the control panel for the Renogy here, and obviously the Outback has got the control panel built right into it. So a couple upgrades we made, and yeah, it works really well having both battery banks. That way one can run the house and lights. The other one that's not got a ton of solar on it, I can use to run my garage and run some other small things. So it's kind of Right, so we are up in the garage and down in the basement. This is where both solar panels come out. So one is from the one charge control, and then this is from the other charge controller. So both of them come up here. They go. This one goes through a shunt back here, and is charging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6 volt golf cart batteries. So, and the other one is coming up to this shunt and going up over and down to this battery bank here, which is I guess I never really counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 regular deep cell batteries, and these are actually running from this inverter to this power control here. Can't think of the word, escapes me right now. And then that also charges this all my radios up here. So and I do have another, just a small set of batteries. This is just really on a trickle charger. It's a 15 watt panel that's behind this curtain here, and that's just throwing a small charge into here. I use this occasionally if I need anything. It's always here for backup if I need to. So so yep, one charge controller is the Renogy is charging these batteries right here, and then the Outback is charging the bank of batteries over here. And I also wired up a couple of meters. Now this is measuring voltage coming out of the charge controllers into the battery. So this is for the battery bank right here by my feet, this whole set of batteries, and right now it looks like only got about 150 watts of power going out into the batteries and charging at 11.7 amps. So not bad. It already went through the bulk charge, and it's just on float now. And then this is actually measuring that other bank that is underneath the workbench over there, and it's only got 70 watts coming in. And these are the strip panels, and that one panel to the left, that's what these are right here, and those are charging the battery bank under the workbench behind me. And this is the 3 larger panels across the top that are charging the battery bank here. So I can quickly see out here how much is actually going into the batteries. So that's what these are measuring here. So kind of gives me some information here. And then off these batteries, I have lights that run throughout my house, and I'll probably do a video tonight that will kind of show my lighting that I use, and maybe even the garage or shed lighting that we have out there too. Also running an extension cord that runs down the wall here and outside. I'm actually running a refrigerator. We do a lot on our deck in the summertime, and never mind the can mess that I have next to it, but this is a one of those deals that I got, and it runs off propane, off 110 volts or off 12 volts. I have it running off 110 off that inverter right now, but you can see it's keeping everything nice and cold out here, and ready for summertime. So we need a little bit more, and it probably needs to be cleaned out a little bit too. But and then I also have a couple other things that it runs out here, some lights in our gazebo and some lights along the back side of the deck. So that gives you kind of a rundown of the solar that we have at the house. I even have a couple of panels. Just kind of see them up there on the top left. There's 3 panels up there, and those are coming down. Those are just running straight into this battery. I'm running some different lights out here also. Just it's not the cleanest thing, and it's but it's just going through a trial period right now until I can do something that's maybe a little bit more permanent. So a lot of fun with solar. Does it save me a ton of money? No, but doesn't cost me a whole lot now that I have everything all set up either. So, hey, we'll talk to everybody later. Do a sneak peek. I'm gonna do another video on some irrigation that I did, and I installed one of these inline fertilizers that water sprinklers come down through here and goes through a fertilizer injector and then through all my valves. So maybe I'll do a little video on that. It's pretty cool. The liquid fertilizer is pretty cheaper, and it's kind of mess free. You just turn it on and let it go, and really not a whole lot of maintenance to it. So hey, we'll see everybody later. So real quick, the elephant in the room that I didn't talk about is this nice Xantrex Freedom 15 inverter that I got, and this is really got a good deal on it. I actually traded a generator that I'd fixed and got her going, so I was able to score this. This is plugged in right in the back here in the outlet, and I haven't really run a lot of charge into it. I don't leave it on charge. I just have it hooked up so I can invert if I need to, or if the batteries get real low, or if I need to equalize them, I can equalize them through this charger. And it's 75 amps, so if I make sure there's really nothing else on the circuit, so I can equalize my batteries if I have to. And the output, AC output, comes down to the coiled up cord I have down here, and I'm hoping to kind of discreetly put a small little breaker box there, and to run a couple circuits that I can go right on the other side of this wall is our living room. So if I need to run anything into our living room, we could. But yeah, that was a good score. It's an outstanding inverter, and great battery charger. It's got the remote face to it too, which is kind of nice. So you can see what the state your battery is in, how many amps are coming in, and then when you're charging, how many amps are going out into the battery. So pretty sweet. But yeah, looking forward to getting that hooked up, and just kind of in an area right now for trial, and I don't know obviously if that's where I'm going to keep it, but seeing how it works right now, and if it works well here, then we can maybe do something a little more finalized, if you will. We'll see everybody. Alright, it's dark now, and I thought I'd just do a quick walkthrough of all the lights that this battery bank here is taking care of at nighttime. We got the entry light coming in to the house, lighting up the whole entryway. And everything that you see on is solar power. So there are 2 lights on top of the cupboards. There's 2 lights under the cupboard. There's a light over the stairways going downstairs. And hope the bathroom's not a mess. There's a light here in the bathroom. So everything is lit up real well. Obviously the TV is not. If we go downstairs, I should say obviously the TV is not solar powered. And then there is a light down here at the bottom of the stairs, kind of in between the living room, the basement, and the bathroom, just so there's a light on down here. The whole walkway's lit up. So we'll take a walk out back real quick and take a look at any of the lights that are on the back deck that are solar powered. So the lights in the gazebo are solar. Obviously the pond lights. Now the sprinklers are on. Pond light, all these lights out here are solar powered. And lights on the side of the house. And then that inverter That's in the garage. Actually, that's a 12-volt bulb that's run off a light sensor, photo sensor. And you can see that photo sensor just above and to the right of the light there. So that lights up the garden. And solar panels that did their work today. Got another light out here to light up the side of the house and some of the lights out in front. So everything's solar, which is nice. Lit up very well, and not paying anything for the electricity, which is nice. So did a lot of upgrades, so I thought it would be neat to kind of do another walkthrough of my system since I've did some upgrades. So it's kind of nice to know at nighttime I pretty much don't have to have any lights on that I have to turn on that running off the mains, because everything is run off solar. Alright, we'll see everybody later.